What's going on, Team Boosted? Today's the day we're gonna dyno test some of the shit we've built over the last 2 years. The shit I'm talking about is the One Rotor Speedster, the Datsun, and actually surprised you guys, we're not gonna do the Corvette. We're instead gonna do the 911. A lot of you have been asking about that, where it's been. It's here today, and it's going to be at the dyno later. We could find out what that puts down, and we're pretty excited about everything. Okay, so we're gonna head out now, and I think we're getting to the dyno a little bit early. We're not supposed to be there till 2, but we won't have time to set all the cars up, and hopefully nothing blows up today. Okay, so we're here at the dyno. All the cars made it. Nothing's blown up on the highway. It's always a good sign. More time to blow up on the dyno. So we got the Datsuns here. We even brought the Porsche along. I'm excited to see what these make. That's on a conservative tune, so I'm not expecting maybe around 300. That would be thrilling. I think maybe only 250. But then of course, what we're all curious about is the 80 horsepower that this thing's probably going to make.
And 4 torque.
And 4 torques. So this did not drive down here. We trailered it, obviously. It is the in need of most tune of all 3 cars. So that's what's on our plate for today. Hopefully nothing blows up.
It's very fucking high here.
Yeah.
We're in the middle of the desert.
That's why we're sitting in the shade. So we got this 911. This was actually our first project car. It kind of started the whole channel. Originally the goal was 400 wheel horsepower. We're not going to hit that today. When we do go for that, we're going to go for like an E85 kind of setup. But right now it's just on 91. It costs a lot of money to build this car, I'll be honest. So we're going with something conservative and drivable until we can upgrade the transmission, because that's going to really hold us back from the 400 horsepower goal. So I think today 300 would be reasonable to shoot for at the crank. So maybe like 280. Anything around that area we'll be happy with, but this is the first time since we've built this car that we've actually dynoed anything. So I'm excited to see what, you know, a build that we made 2 or 3 years ago at this point, all that work and time, actually get some real numbers to see on the computer. It'll be cool. So anywhere around 300. Okay, so what Darden just explained is that when I made this map, I made it really, really rich as far as fuel goes, and that's just because like it's safer than having a lean mixture. And what was happening, it was going so rich over here that we were just dropping off to like 160 wheel. So just correcting the fuel a little bit, we gained like 50 horsepower at the top end, which is already huge. We're gonna try to get this fuel AFR kind of thing going, see how it's all squiggly. We're gonna try to flatten that out, and then we can work on timing. So it's a process, but this car was, it came in, it drove in, and now we're just gonna make it drive way better, make more power. So everything's going good. So the car's fallen a little bit short of our, estimated power goal, but that's because we're at wastegate pressure. We don't have a boost controller. So if we turn boost up next time we come down here, we should be able to get upper 2s, maybe some low 3s, because that's we built it, a higher boost motor. But today, what's significant, you can see up here the RPM 5399. Originally, we were only at 125 horsepower, and we went all the way up to 240.
Yeah, buddy. That's a jump.
So we had a gain of over 120 horsepower at that RPM range, which is huge, and which is why you should all get your cars tuned by somebody who knows what they're doing.
What did you just say?
6 is low.
So we thought the wastegate spring was
14.
10. I thought it was 10.
Oh, you got it 10?
Good.
It's making 240 wheel horsepower at 6 psi, so we're way more happy with those numbers. We definitely need to bring a boost controller down and see what it's capable of. But if it's making 240 at 6, it could probably get over 300 at.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Easy. 14 pounds.
6 is so safe.
6 is real.
It just sounds intense. It's like, Paul Walker didn't die for us at the same. Baby's first brap smear at the Dynocologist. Wait, did you say brap smear at the Dynocologist? Yeah, it's like car vaginas. Oh.
Okay, so first run on the Datsun, it hit about 250 horsepower. AFRs looked pretty good. Darden's saying it was at about 15 pounds of boost. We built this engine strong. We built it to handle a shit ton of boost. So we're just gonna start throwing boost at it and see what happens and try and get those numbers up.
Those are rookie numbers. You gotta pump those numbers up.
Gotta pump those up.
Gotta pump those numbers up.
Let's go with like 25.
Yep, 25
25,
pounds.
let's do it.
I can Uber home.
Let's send it.
Yeah.
So that was our final run on the Datsun, and we have added 110 horsepower to it. We started off at 250. We got it all the way up to damn near 360. Huge improvement. We're going to tune some drivability into it now, and then it's onto the Speedster. So unfortunately the Speedster has come off the dyno. We got some pretty sick fireballs out of it, but we're just experiencing too much of a sync loss issue. that we're unable to tune it fully. We're gonna have to take it back to the shop. We tried some stuff here, some ghetto fab that did not work at all. We're gonna have to mess with the VR sensor and just diagnose it and bring it back. But we got 2 out of 3 cars done and made some significant progress on those, so we're gonna load up and get the hell out of here because it's super late.
All right, guys, unfortunately that is gonna wrap up part 1. The Speedster was having some issues. Devin just mentioned it's a sync loss issue. What that means is that the sensor that is supposed to know where the engine is in its combustion cycle was not working properly, so the ECU didn't know what to do sometimes. It's just quick little glitches that it has, but that's enough to make it not run good enough for the dyno. We knew something might happen with the Speedster because we've done really minimal testing, so that's why we brought the other cars, so we'd have something to film just in case. Good thing we did. We're gonna hit you guys with part 2 soon. There's a few different fixes it could be, but at least we know what the problem is, and we should be able to sort it out pretty quickly. Oh, also we had our friend Joel film for us. Links to his stuff in the bio. You guys could expect more cinematography that's way too good for us in the near future. We brought him along this time for the first time because this was a special video. It's kind of like we spent a lot of time building these cars, and it's cool to see what they actually did on the dyno. So we'll hit you guys with part 2 soon, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.